Hiya, welcome to the downhill slope. I've tried this about 3 times and I keep saying embracing aging, but I will get used to it. Um, yeah, just a quick video. It's a glorious day here in the UK. I'm going to go out and do a bit of gardening because I actually feel like it for a change. But I just come on here to talk a little bit about the power of words and how we can be motivated in the most, unexpected circumstances by something that somebody says, and they might not realize at the time how motivational it is. And one of the things is, for me, is a couple of comments from people who've watched my videos, and 2 subscribers in particular, Russell and C. Both of you have motivated me because you've, simply because you've commented, and I know that there's somebody still here. I did have channels really. YouTube's really difficult. It's really difficult to crack YouTube, and sometimes you get like 60 views, and other times you get 2K or more. One of my videos had 21,000 views on it, and you kind of think, oh, this is going places, and then the next one I get 25. And it's a real kind of it's just really difficult. But it's and then I got really despondent about it because I thought, is there no point in putting anything on here because nobody's watching, basically? And just to know that there are people watching kind of inspired me again a little bit. So I'm really grateful to you for that. And yeah, we don't know, we do something like that, like off the cuff, and we don't realise the impact it might have. And conversely, sometimes we can say something without meaning to be hurtful, but if you just say it at the wrong moment, it can be taken out of context, and it can really be quite upsetting and hurtful. I did it once to my son when he was a little boy. Obviously, I didn't do it on purpose, but we only have one child, a boy, and we were shopping, and I was a bit tired of looking at boy stuff, like trains and cars and sportswear and things like that, and I've got no one to look at kind of girly stuff, makeup and jewelry and shoes and handbags and things like that I wanted to look at. And I kind of just said, I wish I'd got a daughter. And my son afterwards, he told me that it really upset him because he kind of thought that I was saying that I wish I didn't have him. And nothing could be further than the truth. He's an absolute joy for me. He's he was a great kid, and he still is. He's a man now. He's got kids of his own, and he's still, I'm so proud of him. And I would never have said I didn't want him. It was just, it wouldn't be nice to have a girl, but you know what? I've got 2 granddaughters now, so I have got those people to do girly stuff with now, and a lovely daughter-in-law. So yeah, it's just the power of words, really. How they can inspire or how they can, devastate people. I mean, when you go to a funeral or something like that, or a wedding, and somebody reads a poem or, says a few words, and people are like in tears, we do have the power to motivate by what we say. So be careful with what you say. Having said that, I'm not saying don't be spontaneous, because sometimes, like you can make a spontaneous remark and it's, totally inspiring. But yeah, to be aware of the power of what we're saying. And in fact, I would say, like, if you're not going to say something nice, zip it. Don't say it. Don't put it out there in the universe. So yeah, that was one of the things. The other thing was, Russell mentioned in one of the comments that he'd been sitting listening to jazz music, and I thought it made me think about a year or so ago, it may be longer. I put together a playlist from your suggestions and some of my own favourite songs, summer songs, and it got me to thinking about that again. And one of my like favorite summer songs on a day like today where it's warm and you want to be lazy, it's summertime, any version of it, but my favorite is the instrumental version by the Soweto String Quartet, which is in my playlist, and it is absolutely just, you want to just lay there with a gin and tonic or a soft drink, just a cold drink, and just be lazy. I think it's the epitome of a sunny, summery, lazy day, and I love that. So, yeah, Russell mentioned he was listening to jazz. So, Russell, if you want to put your favourite music in, or summer song in the comments below, I'll add it to the playlist. I'll have a look on Google, on YouTube, and see if I can find it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Really, I just wanted to talk about language and how we use it, and how to. What's this as a saying, isn't there, about that you've got? Oh yeah, that God gave us one mouth and two ears so we can listen more than we talk. I've heard that saying before. So yeah, I'll leave you with that thought, and I'm going to go out now and I'm going to get in the garden. I'll take a glass of water because I'm going to be potting plants. But maybe I'll have a gin and tonic later, and I'll listen to some of the playlists. So I'll talk to you again soon, and thank you all for being here, and thank you for inspiring me. Yeah, just it means such a lot to me. Take care. Bye.